Hi guys, in today's video I will present you the top 5 most interesting bows I've built in my bowier's career. I've been making bows for over 5 years now, and during that time I have completed many exciting projects. Each one of them is one of a kind piece, as a combination of design, specific material and natural wood character. It was tough for me to pick only 5 of them, as each one of my bows is special and unique for me. Therefore I took into account also my audience feedback on these projects. Let's get into the list. Number 5. A Snakey Osage Orange recurve bow. Since my beginnings I always loved material providing a lot of character, resulting in extraordinary bows. The one you are seeing right now is a perfect example of such a build. Osage Orange wood is known of snaky lines and excellent properties. Therefore I decided to make a recurve bow out of the only stave I managed to get so far. It wasn't easy to deal with the significant character of this stave, but I overcame all the obstacles. Also, there were some issues with the string alignment and many heat corrections were required. But eventually I ended up with a sweet recurve bow drawing over 40 pounds at 27 inches. I am really happy what I managed to make out of this piece of bowier's gold. For the handle, I used a piece of purple hardwood. Number 4. A hollow limb Hazel bow. Hazel is one of the most underrated bowwoods, providing decent material, being at the same time relatively easy to harvest and to work with. It's often being called great beginner wood. Having made many bows out of it, a few months ago I decided to go for a new and exciting design, a hollow limb bow. I had an excellent stave for such a project, low diameter piece of seasoned hazel. It was an exciting project for sure, but I have to admit, hollow limb bows are far more time consuming. Nevertheless, I was surprised with especially sweet performance of this stick. This bow is drawing 35 pounds at 26 inches. On the back I left remains of the bark, providing a cool camo effect. On the grip I applied a piece of stamped natural leather. Number 3. A sweet cherry recurve bow. Cherry wood, by the majority of bowmaking community, seems to be considered a poor quality material. Therefore, starting this build I wasn't very optimistic. But the result was great and definitely a nice surprise for me. The recurve bow I built was drawing 45 pounds at 26 inches and took nearly no set at all, what means that the weapon is balanced and deals with the stress very well. It has to be emphasized that I applied on it quite aggressive recurves. Considering that all bows I've built from this wood were great, there must be a difference between particular cherry species in terms of bowmaking properties. The one I'm using is sweet cherry, Prunus avium. Moreover, I think this wood is stunning, with breathtaking contrast between softwood and hardwood. On this particular bow I applied cowhorn shelf for right-handed shooting and tips overlays. For sure, it's a memorable project for me. Number 2. A center shot cyclop bow. This is my most recent build that instantly became one of my faves. Splitting piles of black locust wood, this particular stave with a huge knot right in the middle caught my attention right away. I exactly knew what I was going to do with it. It had to be a center shot. Over a year later I decided that it's a time to get it done. It wasn't an easy build, as besides the knot, stave was pretty snaky with significant reflexes on both limbs. Making it bend evenly and balancing the whole weapon was a tough nut to crack. But the result was just breathtaking. It wasn't my first bow with hollowed knot, but it was the first one that I could shoot through. And let me tell you, it's a great fun and amazing wood piece with a visible touch of nature. This type of bow might be solving the archery paradox. I need to test it more to see if I like to shoot that way. Number 1. Epinox style triple bow. And here we are. Most people following my work probably could guess which one is gonna be the winner. Epinox style triple bow made from 3 different wood species: ash, yew, and black locust. This bow is drawing over 65 pounds at 26 inches with all sticks strung up. With nearly no set taken, it's a powerful hitter. Nevertheless, it took me an enormous amount of time to finish this thing up and braid all the bowstrings. It's one of my most discussed, liked, but also controversial builds. Many people arguing about the purpose or efficiency of such a construction, and I have to admit I'm also not a big fan of such a bow when it comes to everyday use. I tend to prefer simpler solutions. but this thing is like something out of the fantasy tales. I've dreamed to build such a bow for years and finally felt confident enough to get it done. These are all bows I wanted to present you today. Links to videos showing the process of building these beauties you will find in the description. If you are interested in learning bow making, check out my store with ebooks for aspiring bowers. Thank you for watching guys, all the best.